Alright, so this is the setup to do Xenolord Ultra with 13 max Jignis and then some Ryus. I have my old Ryus, I'm not sure what they had. They had like the old passives from sakurjima, no souls or anything. You put the Ryus in the base, you build this monitor stand, and you disable combat. Because the Ryus are just supposed to transport the Jignises to the pal pods. Then I built a couple of pal pods in the base, since Xenolord does so low damage to buildings. They will survive during the fight. You might lose a few. It costs a little bit of hexalite to do this, but I haven't seen that many of them destroyed. They heal 10% per second. So 10 seconds in one of those and the Jignis will be max health again. So these are the 13 Jignis I will be using. The first 15 are my Ryu army, or farming Blasmid Ryu, and these last here are the ones that I use for Xenolord. So they have Holy Burst, Lightning Streak and Absolute Frost are the skills I'm using. And then party, it's a Frostalion and then a bunch of Gobfins, the usual party. So this is the fight itself. You place these pals in the base. You could wait with the Ryus. I just placed them in because this was a bit of a trial run. This was my first attempt at doing this strategy. So the Ryus can be made quite a lot better. These are not like defensive Ryus. If you breed probably diamond skin and stuff like that onto them. These have like 0 defense passives and don't have the souls. I think they're max level, but that's about it. And then you probably want to wait with putting the Ryus in the base just so they don't eat some random Omega, Laser, Cosmic Meteor, stuff like that, Holy Bursts. So now I'm just taking off to see kind of how it's working out. So it worked out pretty well, because this was a trial run, as I said. And since this seems to work pretty well, unless they change something with it, I'm probably gonna start breeding full defense Ryus. If I manage to get diamond skin from Dr. Braun onto my Ryus. I'm just raiding Ryu a lot now to get the ivy fruits. I might just keep on hatching eggs from there, hope for something. So you see one Ryu went down in the top right corner and the other Ryu just rescued it. It's gonna spend 10 seconds in that bed and then we're good to go. I think you can see some German Jignis health in the beds as well going up. It's 10% per second. Pretty quick. And then there's this, it's the classic raid location for me. I'm raiding here a long time, so this cliff is great. You go up here and all the little ads start running around that corner. They group up nice for the rocket launcher. You can shoot them from here. Pretty simple. Then they've changed the terrain to stop the raid bosses can't hit back glitch, so you can't really stand there anymore after Xenolords, or I mean Xenovaders start jumping into the cliff. They get stuck in it and start attacking you. You can't attack them back. It's a bit annoying. You can see there's a lot of German tights dying, and they're getting revived all the time. I still did that base swap, and the reason that I put the Jignises back in the base and out again, and same with the Ryus, is that for some reason, once they do reach 100% health, they get stuck in the bed, so they can still attack if the boss is in range. But if the boss is not in range, they will just sort of be stuck in the bed. So if you get the opportunity to, like if your shields are full, it's between ad phases, you can just go in and do a quick swap. And that also helps the Ryus a little bit, because then the pals aren't all gathered by the beds, they don't get hit by earth effect so much. So I had some other Ryus prepared for this fight as well, because they weren't like max defense Ryus, no health potion either, no defense food, so you can make them a lot tankier than they are here. So we can see it's 3 Jignises dead right now. One thing that can happen also is the dead Jignises end up outside the base radius and they won't get rescued. That's also why when you do the PAL reset to get them out of the beds, you can also do the ones that are incapacitated, because then they'll like respawn next to the PAL box and the Ryus can grab them. This is the other ledge, so since some Xenovaders got stuck in the cliff on the other side, you can just go on this cliff for the second phase of ads. It works the same way. They'll kind of group up over there. Right now they're not doing it though. Not sure if they're irritated by all the beds, but it seems to be working out quite well. So the tactic is something I tried against Ryu Ultra back in the day, like a couple of months back. But that was before we had these pods, the pods that heal so much. because just using the large PAL beds, and I think I used Jet Dragon because it has the fastest speed, I think, to rescue. It's a different speed from transport. I tried Phalaris as well. Phalaris was very slow. I tried Jignis to rescue Jignis, but Jignis seems to be one of the slowest pals. There I do swap the Rios for 2 new Rios. And I think like if you do build a max defense Rio, with all the souls and the condensing and level 16 everything included, you'll probably not have to do that swap. So then it's 15 maxed pals to do the ultra raid, which is quite nice. It's back to the power level that we were. Not sure if this is like an intended strategy by Pocket Pair, but it's nice to have something that works with just 15 again. For people that don't want to breed 30 maxed pals with IVs and skill fruits and breeding absolute frost and everything. Going for like 13 Jignis is a little bit more manageable. And then there might be a better option than Rio. I went with Rio, I'm not sure. When beds are burning, it's something I need to check if pals take, because I know pals burn when they're lying on a burning bed, but do fire pals burn on a burning bed? Because that's kind of the theory I was using with using Jignis and Rio for this, is that all the beds are on fire, but they have a lot of health and Xenolord doesn't do a lot of damage to them, so if these fire pals don't take damage from burning beds, it seems best to just use fire. And then we have Phalaris was too slow, Jignis is too slow, and then there's like Rio, which I think has the highest defense of the available, like, there's a bonus that is dragon, it also resists the dragon attacks. I'm pretty sure Rio is the best option, but there might be something else that works. I think this spot might be quite good for the ads. They're just not going for me at all over here. It's quite nice. Again, I've unbound all the skills on Frostalion, just so I don't accidentally press something and you're standing still in the air or you run out of stamina or something. You want all that. For this particular fight it might even be worth reading Eternal Engine, but I'm not sure. I feel like I can just outspeed Satellite Bit with this build if I get some momentum going, which is quite nice for just making sure the shields regen. The general strategy for me against Xenolord Ultra has been just manage the shields, make sure the shields are up, and then go in for PAL swaps. It feels like you don't really have to do that so much with this. Just that little bit of shield I have there makes me feel quite safe. Now it's regenning, so now I would feel safe to do a PAL swap. But he's pretty low, so it doesn't really matter. But you always want a little bit. You don't want just the green health. You want a little bit of blue. And then it feels like it's a pretty safe kill from here. So you can see the Jignises are like stuck in the bed, but since Xenolord is right next to them, they are still attacking. That's also why I built the altar sort of in the middle of the base, but also close to them. If Jignises like pass out, they will not be outside the base radius too often. So that was a successful kill. 13 Jignises and should be just 2 Rios once you breed them to do this. And the skills again. So these Jignises are not maxed with IVs, but they're maxed in everything else. The IVs are still random. That's what I'm farming these Ivy Fruits for, but I have a lot of pals, so I want to max out with Ivy Fruits first. We'll see, but yeah, thanks for watching.